Damn, bro. Self-improvement is dying. In fact, it's already kinda dead. All the prominent figures like Hamza, Andrew Tate, First Man, Andrew Huberman even, are starting to fall off. Tate is having problems with the law. First Man, whatever's happening there with his business, like he's getting a lot of hate. Hamza, he just seems to have given up. Like he's made the switch. Now he's talking about money. His last 5 videos are about how to make money. So I think he's given up on self-improvement. I think people are starting to realize, young men like you and me, we're starting to realize that self-improvement, it's too shallow. It's too materialistic. There's no spirituality. It's very empty. Focusing on yourself, self-improvement, self-realization, self-actualization, self-transcendence, just being focused on yourself. It's too materialistic, it's too shallow, and people are starting to realize that. Me, myself, I got into self-improvement probably 5 years ago when I was 16. I started hitting the gym and NoFap and social skills and overcoming my social anxiety. That was self-improvement for me when I started it. And honestly, put up pictures on the screen right now, it fixed me. But only externally. I got a good body. I became more confident. I fixed my social anxiety. Self-improvement fixed me externally, but not internally. Because 4 years later, literally last year, I entered the biggest existential crisis of my life. And it was because I was so focused on self-improvement that I did not take account of, spirituality and things like that. I was so focused on materialism and just wanting to succeed in life. But that's just no way to live. It just makes you miserable. So this is the problem with self-improvement. It's too materialistic, it's too shallow, and people are starting to realize it. And I think the masculinity space, the self-improvement space, I think we're all moving towards spirituality more now. I think people, YouTube channels and stuff will start to talk more about God and religion and considering more, philosophical, spiritual topics. But I hope we don't do the reverse. I hope we don't go from extreme materialism of self-improvement to the extreme spirituality. Because let me show you something here on my screen. Turn on OBS. Let me show you something. This is a quick graph I made just about the problem of the space. So this is self-improvement. It's extreme materialism. It's just literally focusing on life is about success and about succeeding and beating everybody. That's extreme, self-improvement, materialism. This makes you rich. This does give you external success, but it makes you unhappy. I got success with self-improvement in terms of my body and my confidence and social skills, but I never became happy. My transformation was only external. Only when I explored spirituality did I actually, start being happy. But here is the problem with extreme spirituality. You become happy, but you become also poor. When you're not focused on the material world and you're not trying to succeed at all, obviously you won't succeed, and so you'll be poor. So I think making life about success and making life about God is both the wrong choice, and I hope this space doesn't move this way. Here's what I hope happens, and this is what my channel is about. I think purpose is the best of both worlds. See, I get this a lot, people either saying that, you should focus on success, or people saying you should focus on God. You can focus on both. You can do both. You can be rich and happy, and I've put Steve Jobs here as an example because he's the perfect example. He's someone who doesn't deny God. I think Steve Jobs' beliefs about God are more about that something exists, but he doesn't know what it is. So he rejects the traditional, which is smart. But he says there is something. So he doesn't deny God. He has some spirituality, but he also has extreme success. He's rich and happy. The purpose is the connector between materialism and spirituality. You can have both. You can believe in God while also being successful in your external life. You don't need to live a life of deprivation where you deprive yourself of stuff. If you want to eat the best diet, then you eat everything. You eat vegetables, you eat meat, you eat dairy. You diversify with your diet for your body to get the best nutrients. Well, you need to do the same with your belief system. Why are you living a life of scarcity? Why are you depriving yourself of spirituality if you are materialistic? And if you're not materialistic, why are you depriving yourself of external success? Purpose combines both of these and creates the best of both worlds. And I'll tell you why it does that. Because a purpose is essentially doing God's work, right? Doing goodness. That's what a purpose is about. You're trying to help other people doing goodness. You're doing goodness. I'm trying to help you with this YouTube channel. I'm trying to help people who are nihilistic just like me. I'm trying to help them succeed and be better while also, believing in a purpose. I think that's amazing. So I'm trying to do goodness, and goodness is literally God's work. It's literally God's work. Goodness like God. Goodness like God. Are you making the connection? If you're doing goodness with your life towards other people, if you love other people and you're genuinely trying to help other people, you're literally doing God's work. So these people who say, I'm going to sit in a fucking cave, I'm going to sit in my room, and I'm going to believe in God, and everything's going to be fine. You are wrong. God didn't send you on this world to do nothing. God gave you life. God gave you energy so you can do goodness, which is God's work. God works through you. But you can only do goodness if you have a purpose to your life. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a plan of how to help other people, you're not doing goodness. So this extreme spirituality, ironically, is as far away from God as the extreme materialism. And as for the guys watching this because they were on self-improvement and they were like me, they were extremely nihilistic, materialistic, that's who I was, right? I didn't believe in anything, I was a nihilist. You need to understand that purpose helps you. So if you want to achieve your purpose in life, if you want to do God's work, do goodness, you also have to help yourself first. It's necessary to help yourself before you can help others. If I want to teach somebody about fitness, then obviously I have to have achieved a good body. I have to have achieved success. And this is why I believe a purpose is the best of both worlds. If you set a purpose to your life, which is towards, doing goodness for other people, but also to do that goodness, you need to help yourself. If you have a proper purpose, which you enjoy, and you want to contribute to other people, then you become rich and happy like Steve Jobs. Maybe not so much because he was very smart, but you get the point. The example I can give you is my purpose is to help people live a good life through my videos, through my content, through what I create. Now, if I want to help people, well, I have to contact people. If I want to do goodness, I have to contact people. People have to know about me, which means I need to focus on materialism, which is making money and growing the YouTube channel, which first, helps me, and then I can help other people. You see how it works? This video is not going to get that many views. The reason it's not going to get that many views is because I've not worked hard enough. I've not focused enough on self-improvement, on materialism, in order to earn those views. But when I do, then I'll be doing God's work and I'll be helping others, which is what I actually want to do. But if I was just sitting in my room and saying that God will blow up my YouTube channel, then nothing is gonna happen. And if I would just focus on the YouTube channel without trying to do goodness, then I would just fall into nihilism. I'll be fucking miserable. So if I want to succeed with my purpose, I need to contribute myself, but then I need to do God's work, goodness. I think the masculinity space, the self-improvement space is moving from extreme materialism to purpose, because this happened to me. And unfortunately, I did not have the answers, but I hope this channel helps give you the answers that I was lacking. My name is Dennis. I help young guys become men of purpose. That's what my channel is about. I hope I've explained properly why this works and why I believe in it. If you want to live the life of purpose, which is what you see on screen, I make videos about that, those topics. And, remember, if you don't achieve your purpose, nobody will. Be ruthless.